Hey guys, per usual, everything on this channel is for educational purposes only and is not intended as financial advice. It's a lot to talk about. I haven't done a video on Bitcoin in a little while. It's pretty funny. I come out with this article and I was basically like, everything's fine, we're just going to keep going up. And boom, the Bitmain stuff hits. And yeah, there were some indications of a pullback prior to the Bitmain stuff, but the Bitmain stuff definitely pushed us over the edge. I think they were just waiting for it, either waiting to push it when it looked like we were breaking up again, which is basically what happened, or when it looked like there was a chance to break down a little. The hard fork FUD got pulled out again, and we went down even further. You know, they did this before when the recovery from the ETF candle happened really quick after the SegWit announcement, and then there came the fork FUD announcement again. And Bitcoin Geekend, he talked about how China would always make an announcement, the PBOC folks, as soon as price looked like it was at highs again, just to pull it back down. You know, that's possible. I'm not throwing that out of the question. Bitcoin's a small market, so anything like that is going to have a global impact on a very small market cap in general. Read this article, is good, but basically I wanted to look at two charts. So the cup and handle was real, and I still thought it was real until the fundamental news event, which was really trash. Like, if you read the article, definitely read it if you haven't by now. People like ToneVays, who ripped it apart sentence by sentence. I'm not going to do that in the video, but you should watch his video, which was great, because it really is trash. Like, I read it and I was like, this is a joke. This is no one's going to take this seriously. But obviously, I'm at a greater knowledge point than most general public of Bitcoin. So just like when the CEO of Bitcoin got arrested, you know, that it's going to create a panic across the world just because people don't know better. So I you know, that's part of what happened here. And if we go to this was the indications of a small bullish momentum waning. You can see the div there on the weekly with a lower high on the RSI. There was a div on the daily, so building on the RSI and percent B bands. So like, yeah, there was some stuff there, but overall this was gonna keep going, no doubt in my mind. And these are the supports. So we'll take a look at where it actually hit on the daily. And again, like I always say, no matter how crazy it looks, if you want to get back in, the best re-entry is always going to be a high time frame key June bounce, like it was end of May on those 3 down days. So we'll take a look at that. All right, we'll start with the monthly. The highest time frame, probably too high for Bitcoin. There's really not that many candles for monthly. I just can't see this stopping here. And we'll talk about pullback and whatever, but you know, if you look at this high, it broke higher, this high broke higher, this broke here, you know, just based on like 3 data points, which is nothing in the grand scheme of things. You know, it's continually broken higher anytime it's broken an all-time high. So that's just loose evidence, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Correlative, fine. We go to weekly and start looking at things like EMAs. The 200 EMA on the weekly's not going to happen. That's 600 something. The 50's around 1200. Really not likely that that's going to happen either. Let's go to the cloud here. Cloud has us at 1730 as a pullback target. And this was a PBOC announcement. This was, I don't know what this was, July 25th, 2016. This may have been the Finex dump. Yeah, I think that's what it was because it's the weekly. Pretty sure that's what that was. So I've said it before, but anytime we've hit the weekly key June, it's always been due to, more so in my opinion, fundamental news type events than technicals. Yes, we've been overbought, but this is a bull trend, so it's going to be overbought. There's going to be pullbacks. The violent pullbacks are usually event related, so we'll call this one Finex, this one PBOC, this one may have also been PBOC, ETF type stuff, but you get the point. You know, we haven't had that many down days week over week. We shut off the cloud just for a second. You know, if this is the ascending triangle, there was a Mike Hearn dump somewhere in here when he quit. So overall, our big down weeks have not been based on technicals, really. I mean, yeah, it's pullback, correction, whatever you want to call it. But all these have been just a news event. So we may see one or two more down weeks here, but I don't expect this to just reverse outright, definitely. There's no indication based on candles that this looks ugly or anything like that. If we go to RSI, there's no bear div here. Yeah, it was high, but we've been in a bull run for years now. Crazy to think that, but it's been 2 years plus on this bull run. If we go to the cloud, like I was saying, you're bounced around 1733. There's no indication to close anything here. Let's go to daily. If we go to daily, the Kijun bounce target was 2077-ish. It got pretty damn close. I really like this candle. It would have been better if it's green. A nice dragonfly type candle. Huge wick, small body. This is generally a reversal continuation upward at this point. So I like that. RSI still got this weird downtrend channel. I tried researching this, and I couldn't really find anything anywhere of meaning, but basically it's painting bear divs and hidden bull divs at the same time, because price isn't making a lower low, it's making a higher low. So we've got a hidden bull div on the daily now, but we also had a bear div on the daily, like I talked about already. But weird RSI, not really sure what's going on there. You know, usually it just kind of like chills in a certain zone. It's not so spastic like this. We'll see if looking back on it that was the top when you get like crazy range expansion, and you know, this could just be price discovery. We're on all-time high. We haven't exactly been above 2K for much time. I mean, it's been, what is this? 24 days above 2K in the lifetime of Bitcoin. Kind of crazy. If you look at the daily 50, 200, again, it hit the 50. To hit the 200 on the daily, it takes events like Bitfinex hack, PBOC type announcements. So to go much lower, I just don't see it happening. Now Tone thinks that if we break 1880, we're going to see 1350-ish, 1300. I don't disagree with that. That's fine. I think there's some valid support in here at 1730. But again, this is another hidden bull div on the daily. If you're drawing it from wicks, which you should be, because RSI is based off the close, you're getting a higher low. Even if you don't draw from wicks, it's still a higher low. Higher low here, lower low here. This says there was a ton of bearish momentum and it didn't make a lower low. That just says bears are exhausted. It also shows that by the dragonfly candle. This entire order block just got bought up. There are a ton of buyers just waiting here. And other confluence talking about the Kijun. Okay, so that's the daily. As far as targets, there really aren't any on the daily, because we should just keep going up. We should. I really don't see a reason not to be. We got the pullback, that's great. And again, if you're looking for divs, here was a, oh sorry, that's not a div. Lower low, lower low. Never mind. So first thing I noticed, you know, is this going to be head and shoulders type situation? And I've just seen this over and over again, that it's not that it's always there, it's just that I'm always looking for reasons to be bottoming here, because we've been in this trend for years now. So the other shoulder would be up here, and then, you know, we'd shoot higher, something like that. Volume's probably there. Descending's what you want to see. It's in the cloud, so there's a general no trade zone on the 4 hour, which is fine. You're either in or out, I think, at this point anyway, or you're holding, which is the majority of my holdings right now, just holding. I didn't sell any of this. Again, I just thought the announcement was stupid, so I don't think anybody would take it seriously. There's a bearish Kumo twist, but price isn't below cloud. It's not a short entry. Your short entry would be a candle close below cloud with everything else that would be bearish at that point. TK is bearish, etc., etc. If we go down to the 1 hour, here's where I started to see the divs. So you can see, God, this drives me nuts. This shit here. Anyway, higher low, lower low, and you can see it's building, building, building. You get three drives, if you will, here. One, we'll look at it on a lower time frame, but 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's another bottomy signal. There's loosely a div on volume. You know, if you're paying attention to any of this, great. If you're not, that's fine too. But really, cloud doesn't want you to get back in right now anyway. You're waiting for price to be above cloud on the hourly. And if we go to the 5200 crosses, you can see that on a few candles actually before, maybe somewhere in here, was your long exit signal, you know, from the previous cross. So your long entry signal would be another cross here on the hourly. And if we go down to 30-minute real quick, you can see how deadly these entries have been. If we look at prior, just the trend in the prior crosses, you know, close, or open, close, and you're waiting for the open here. If we turn on cloud, cloud actually is just about ready to flip all signals bullish on this candle close. So it's going to close in less than a minute here. You're getting your bullish Kumo, you're getting the TK cross already happened, price is, or lagging spans above cloud, above price. So this is an entry signal for a long with a target being 2730. You heard it here first on this video. Another thing I've kind of been watching is this weird coincidence where after each quarterly close it's been the interim top or bottom for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quarters. This is the 8th now. We will see if this is a real top here or not. Based on everything I just said, I don't think it really is going to be, but the trend is alternating bottom top. That's really all I have. Lastly, just like Kanashi, again, really anything actionable with like a large size, position size, I would wait for all the signals on the hourly. Certainly if you're trading a small number of contracts or futures or whatever on higher leverage, you know, I think this is a valid entry. You're getting sort of a flag, bull flag here that should break higher to 2700. And I've never made this public, but if you ever want to talk to me one-on-one on Skype or whatever, we can set up a time, 0.1 Bitcoin per hour. I've done this in the past with a number of people. I've just never advertised it. So if you're interested, let me know. Either Twitter, Telegram, somewhere in the comments. We can talk about charts. We can talk about cloud. We can talk about altcoins, whatever you want to talk about. That's all I have for today. Like, dislike, comment, share, subscribe. Hit me up on Twitter, Telegram. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think about the Bitmain stuff. You know, the polarization between the core people and the unlimited people is almost more than the polarization of US politics, I feel. It's just like so crazy. I can't even comprehend the purpose of the unlimited people, other than just greed and wanting to make as much money as possible and not giving it any cares about the future of Bitcoin or the success of Bitcoin. They just want to make as much money as possible. That's my opinion. All right, happy trading.